Dramatic scenes at the ethics panel meeting today. Trinamool Congress MP Mahua Moitra and opposition MPs stormed out of the Parliamentary Ethics Committee meeting. This was on the cash for query matter, the allegations against the Trinamool Congress MP, and they questioned the way the meeting was conducted. Mahua Moitra claimed that she was asked filthy questions by the committee members, and this was backed up by the other opposition MPs. Now, she claims she was asked personal questions. The other opposition MPs also say personal questions were asked of a woman, a member of parliament. Moitra appeared before the Parliamentary Ethics Committee in the alleged cash for query case. She has refuted the allegation but admitted to sharing her parliamentary login with businessman Darshan Hiranandani. Moitra told the Ethics Committee earlier that a sharp personal relationship motivated the filing of the complaint over the alleged cash for query against her. Let's just listen in to what the MPs had to say.
Ethics committee asking all sorts of filthy questions. All the MPs are.
हमें बताया गया कि कॉन्फिडेंशियल रिपोर्ट है और निशिकांत दुबे अब जो है कल ही ट्वीट कर देते कि इतनी बार लॉगिन हुआ है. दिस इज टू मच. ये पूरा का पूरा जो है फैब्रिकेटेड है कि कोई सरकार के खिलाफ या किसी बिजनेस हाउस के खिलाफ ना बोले. क्या मतलब है? और इस तरीके का द्रौपदी का चीर हनन कराने के लिए एथिक्स कमेटी थोड़ी है.
The conduct of the chairman of the ethics committee unethical. Okay, the whole line of questioning, it seemed to be that he's acting on somebody's behest. It is very, very bad. For 2 days we are asking him some things. This NIC portal issue, where is the parliament rule says who is the authorized person? They're not replying. And then he will ask the other lady MP, where are you traveling? Where are you meeting? Can you give us your phone records? I think we hold it very undignified.
All right, let's go across to Vasudha now for more. So, Vasudha, give us more details of what we're hearing about the way this meeting went today. Finally, Mahua Moitra appearing before the ethics panel committee, but storming out and backed up by the other opposition MPs who questioned the way the questioning was done.
Of course, Gargi, so this meeting was divided into two main parts. In the first part, remember that the Ethics Committee on October 26th had written to MEA, Home Ministry and IT Ministry seeking details of Mahua Moitra's travel, login and IP addresses. So that part was discussed in the first part of the meeting because all these three ministries have sent a lot of details and there is a lot of evidence. There's a lot of stuff that the panel wanted to go through. So a lot of time was spent on that. That is what my sources are telling me. Then, of course, Mahua Moitra was asked to present her defense, and she basically said that she has not violated any part of the parliament rules, and she basically, of course, reiterated her own demand to cross-examine Jayan and Dehadra and also Mr. Darshan Hiranandani. But the drama started during the cross-examination phase because what I understand is that, of course, personal questions were also asked, but there were also other questions related to if she actually knew, who were the people in Darshan Hiranandani's office that were dealing with her login credentials, and if she knew that what are the consequences of letting unauthorized people deal with her login credentials. And of course then they went to the personal part of what she is alleging. She, of course the committee members, as far as I understand, did ask her questions on the nature of her relationship with Mr. Hiranandani, and of course the Home Ministry and of course MEA have sent in details of her travels to over 7 foreign countries in the last 5 years. So there were some specific questions on how many times she visited Dubai, how many times she met Mr. Hiranandani, how many times did she talk to him over the phone, what kind of app did she use, was she in touch with him in the last few days ever since this case broke out. Remember, the case broke out on October 15th with Nishikant Dubey reaching out to Om Birla, who's the Speaker of the Parliament. So there were a lot of questions of that regard, trying to ascertain what was the nature of a relationship with Mr. Hiranandani, because Gargi, as we understand, Darshan Hiranandani also plays a very central role in this because he is the one who is alleged to have given a lot of bribes to Ms. Moitra to ask questions in the parliament. What I also understand from my sources is like the ethics panel is convinced of the 60 questions that she asked. Many of these questions that she asked had to deal with subjects that Mr. Hiranandani deals with, like commercial real estate, or for that matter gas, sports, energy, and even esports. So there's a lot of research that the panel has done with the help of other expert ministries, and that is why they were trying to ascertain the kind of relationship that she had with Mr. Hiranandani. And while she is saying that these were personal questions and were filthy questions, let's also look at how the opposition MPs, like I can see Uttam Reddy, who's from the Congress in Telangana, of course, then Danish Ali also walking out with it. They have supported her. The BJP MPs and also some opposition MPs did question her on this. And on October 26, when Jayanand Dehadrai had made his submission, he was also asked a lot of personal questions by the opposition MPs, basically to ensure that Mr. Dehadrai was not using this as a personal battle to take out his vendetta against somebody that he once upon a time had a close relationship with. So personal questions were asked on October 26, and personal questions were also asked today. Of course, what Ms. Moitra has said in this meeting is also important because she's refuted all the charges. She has reiterated her denial of accepting these charges, but at the same time she has accepted that she did share her login ID with Mr. Hiranandani, and she was also cross-examined. Now, of course, it remains to be seen how soon the Ethics Committee puts together this report and it submits it to the Parliament.
That's right. Vasudha, also, opposition MPs questioning how information from the ethics panel is leaking out, pointing out how BJP MP Nishikant Dubey, said that 47 times is when, this login was used in Dubai, and that was information from the ministries, I'm imagining, that the ethics committee had asked for. So, opposition MPs who stormed out also questioning how all this information is leaking out.
Well, one thing is, of course, what they're saying is right, but clearly this was NIC sort of probing into how many times logins were made from outside India. And NIC is a huge agency. It's a nodal agency that is the backbone of India's e-governance services. At the same time, we also know that MEA and Home Ministry have also submitted her Ms. Moitra's location details, travel details, and we know that she was in almost 7 to 8 foreign countries, which include the US and UK since 2019. So this information does come out to journalists because people do have sources. I'm sure Mr. Dubey, of course, was also talking to people because he also plays a very central figure in this. Of course, he has had a past of past with Ms. Moitra. They've had like very spars on the internet over his degree also, but at the same time they belong to opposition parties, and both of them have been sparring with each other for a long time now.